What if I told you that a crumpled notebook found in a coffee shop trash can would save 3 lives, reunite a broken family, and prove that one person's smallest act of kindness could change an entire community? This is not fiction. This is not a fairy tale. This is the true story of how everything changed on a rainy Tuesday in November, when a woman named Sarah Mitchell made a decision that would ripple through dozens of lives in ways she never imagined. And it all started with throwing something away. Before we begin, if you believe in the power of kindness and want more stories that will restore your faith in humanity, hit that subscribe button right now. These stories matter. Your support helps us share them with the world. Now let me take you back to where it all began. Sarah Mitchell was 42 years old, and she had forgotten what hope felt like. 3 years ago, she had it all. A thriving career as an architect, a beautiful home, a marriage of 15 years, 2 teenage kids who still hugged her goodnight. Then came the diagnosis, stage 3 breast cancer. The treatments were brutal, the bills were devastating. Her husband, unable to cope with the stress, filed for divorce. Her kids, caught in the crossfire of a crumbling family, grew distant and resentful. Her company, despite their sympathies, quietly pushed her out after her 3rd extended leave. By November 2023, Sarah was cancer-free, but she had lost everything else. She lived in a 1-bedroom apartment in Seattle, working part-time at a bookstore, barely making rent. Her daughter hadn't spoken to her in 8 months. Her son sent one-word text messages out of obligation. Nothing more. Every morning, Sarah would walk to the Corner Bean Cafe, order a black coffee she couldn't really afford, and sit in the corner booth for exactly 1 hour before her shift. It was the only routine that made her feel like she still belonged somewhere. On this particular Tuesday morning, rain hammered against the windows like tiny fists. Sarah sat in her usual spot, staring at nothing, feeling nothing. That's when she saw the notebook. It was sticking out of the trash can by the door, spiral-bound, red cover, beaten up and stained with coffee rings. Someone had obviously thrown it away. Sarah almost ignored it, almost. But something made her get up. Something made her walk over and pull it out. The first page read, "Things Worth Living For." When I forget. Sarah stood there, rain drumming on the windows, holding a stranger's notebook. She should have thrown it back. It wasn't her business. It was probably trash, but she opened it. Page after page was filled with handwritten lists, observations, tiny sketches and notes. Not journal entries, just fragments, moments, captured pieces of life. The way coffee tastes on a cold morning, when a dog sees you from across the street and pulls toward you because it wants to say hello. The smell of old books, when someone holds the door and makes eye contact and means the thank you thunderstorms when you're safe inside. When you make someone laugh and they snort accidentally, page after page. Small things, ordinary things, things this person, this stranger, was collecting like treasures. Sarah felt something crack open in her chest. At the bottom of one page, there was a note. On days when nothing feels like it matters, read this list. You made this list on a good day. Trust that person. Good days come back. Sarah's hands were shaking. She hadn't had a good day in 3 years. She had forgotten they existed. She flipped to the last written page. The handwriting was messier here, rushed. If you're reading this and you're not me, I hope you're okay. I hope you needed this. Keep it. Add to it. Pass it on when you need to. These small things saved my life more times than I can count. Maybe they'll save yours. M. Sarah sat back down in her booth. She read the entire notebook, cover to cover, twice. For the first time in 3 years, she cried, not from grief, from something else, something she'd forgotten existed. Recognition. This stranger, this M, had felt what she was feeling, had survived it, had found a way to collect light in the darkness, and they had left it for her, or someone like her. Sarah didn't go to work that day. She went home, made tea, and sat at her kitchen table with the notebook open in front of her. She picked up a pen, and for the first time in 3 years, she added to it the sound of rain when you don't have to go anywhere, finding a perfect parking spot, when bread is baking and the whole house smells like warmth. It felt silly at first, childish, but she kept going. When someone remembers your name, clean sheets, the first sip of water when you're really thirsty, birds taking baths in puddles. By the end of the page, she was smiling. That night, Sarah couldn't sleep. Not from anxiety, from something different, an idea. The next morning, she went back to the Corner Bean Cafe. She brought the notebook, and she did something crazy. She left it on a table with a note on top. This notebook saved me yesterday. I'm passing it forward. Read it, add to it. Leave it somewhere for the next person who needs it. Small things matter. You matter. Yes. Then she walked away. 3 days later, the notebook appeared on the counter of a barber shop 6 blocks away. It had new entries, different handwriting, a whole new page of small things. The barber, Marcus, a 55-year-old man who had been grieving his wife's death for 2 years, found it during closing. He sat in his own chair and read it, tears streaming down his face. He added, when you make someone feel handsome and the weight of clippers in your hand, like you're holding purpose. He left it at the bus stop the next morning. A college student named Priya found it on her way to campus. She was drowning in debt, failing 2 classes, and had been researching painless ways on the internet the night before. She read the notebook on the bus, all of it. She added, when equations finally make sense, and cats that slow blink at you, and texting someone you miss, and they text back immediately. She'd left it at the university library. A janitor named Robert found it that night. He'd been sober for 3 weeks after 20 years of alcoholism. Every day was a war. He read it during his break. He added, day 23, still here, still sober, still trying. And coffee at 3 a.m. when you're the only one awake in the building, and knowing someone before you believed in you. He left it at a community center. Week after week, the notebook moved through Seattle like a ghost, like a message in a bottle that refused to sink. Sarah never saw it again, but its impact was everywhere. 4 months later, Sarah was closing up the bookstore when a young man walked in, breathless. Are you Sarah Mitchell? She froze. Yes. He held up the red notebook. You're S. Pons, right? The one who left this at the Corner Bean. Sarah's heart stopped. How did you find me? I'm M, he said. I wrote the original list. My name is Marcus. No, not the barber Marcus. Different Marcus. I'm 19. I threw this notebook away 6 months ago because I thought I didn't need it anymore. I thought I was cured. Then last month, I had the worst day of my life. I went back to that cafe, hoping somehow I'd find it in the trash again. I know that sounds insane, but the barista told me about the notebook that had been traveling around the city. She'd heard about it from someone who'd heard about it from someone else. It took me 3 weeks of detective work to track down the chain, to find you. He was crying now. You saved it. You didn't throw it away. You added to it and sent it out into the world. Do you know how many people have written in this now? 47. 47 people, all because you picked it out of the trash. He opened the notebook to a page near the end. This entry, he said. Number 38. This is from my little sister. She wrote this 2 weeks before his voice broke. She's okay now, because someone left this notebook at her therapist's office. She read it. She added to it. She told me about it. That's how I knew it still existed. That's how I knew someone cared enough to keep it going. Sarah was sobbing now. Marcus continued. She wanted me to find you. She wanted me to tell you that you saved her life. A person you never met, will never meet. You saved her. He handed her the notebook. It's full now. Every page. 47 people's reasons to live. 47 people's small things. It started with me trying to save myself. You saved it, and it saved... He gestured helplessly. I don't even know how many people. Sarah held the notebook like it was made of glass. What do we do with it now? She whispered. Marcus smiled. We start another one, and another one. We teach people that small acts of kindness, picking something out of the trash, adding a line, leaving it for a stranger, can change everything. Today, there are 26 red notebooks traveling through cities across America. Sarah Mitchell runs a non-profit called Small Things Matter. She prints and distributes the notebooks for free. Each one starts with the same instructions. Add to it, pass it on. Small things save lives. Marcus, the original M, finished college and became a therapist specializing in depression and suicide prevention. He keeps a red notebook in his waiting room. The barber Marcus hosts a monthly community night at his shop where people share their small things. Priya graduated, became a math teacher, and keeps a red notebook in her classroom. Robert has been sober for 3 years and sponsors 12 people in his AA group. He gives each of them a red notebook on their first day. Sarah's daughter reached out to her after seeing a news story about the Notebook Project. They're rebuilding their relationship, slowly, one small thing at a time, and every morning Sarah still goes to the Corner Bean Cafe. But now she doesn't feel like she's drowning. She feels like she's exactly where she's supposed to be, because she learned the truth that changed everything. The smallest act of kindness can save a life, including your own. If this story moved you, I need you to do 3 things. First, subscribe to this channel. Click that button right now. We're building a community of people who believe kindness matters, and your subscription tells YouTube to share these stories with more people who need them. Second, share this video with someone, not just anyone. Someone who needs to hear it, someone who's struggling, someone who's forgotten that small things matter. You know who they are. Send it to them, right now. Third, and this is the most important one, do one small act of kindness today. Hold a door. Leave a note. Pay for someone's coffee. Pick something up that someone dropped. Notice someone. Make eye contact. Mean your thank you. You have no idea whose life you might save. You have no idea how far your kindness might travel. Remember, everything changed because one person picked a notebook out of the trash. What will change because of you? See you in the next story. Until then, be kind. The world needs you.